up, Doc?
You know, the game was very frustrating. Every time I think we're ready to play, it turns out we're not for some unknown reason. But I really thought we were ready to do a good job today. I thought we were ready to play with great emotion. And as I said, every time I feel that way, it seems like Ole Miss dominated the football game. They took the football, they drove it, they ran on us, they threw the football in clutch situations against us. They dominated us on offense to a high degree, and make some plays that would have been good. Our kicking game, they dominated the kicking game. They made some big plays in their kick return game, and of course they've got a great punter. He wasn't as big a factor in here because they didn't have to punt very much, but he's still a great punter, and when he did, he helped their field position cause, and their field position cause was great because we were backed up inside our own 15-yard line. It seemed like the entire contest, and we had lots of grass to cover with the exception of that early break where we got the football quick. We had a long ways to go, and we weren't doing a very good job of going anywhere. And so my congratulations to Ole Miss. And I think they whipped us in every area, and that includes a very decisive coaching victory, too. And so I've said it, and I mean it. No, you know, you don't just get outperformed that bad unless there's something drastically incorrect about something, wherever it is, whether it's in the motion or whether it's in scheme or all that other business. There's a point in there where you got to saddle up, you got to play, and you got to make the plays that it takes to get the job done. And when you don't, you're subject to getting to it happening to you, just exactly what happened to us today. And we got kicked around pretty good.
A lot of touchdowns, a lot of points scored in the ball game. We're going to take a look at the highlights of the contest.
Number 1, Gretna, Louisiana's John Forcade would direct the Rebel offense in his last appearance. First, on a delay, he hits number 12, Hammerhead Thomas of Tupelo, for 7 yards. Malvin Gibson of Nashville, Tennessee gets the call and pops the counter for 26 yards and a Rebel first down at the state 42. 2 plays later, Forcade finds Hammer on a screen for 39 yards and a touchdown. The point after attempt is good, and Ole Miss leads 7-0 with 13:02 to go in the first quarter. The Rebels made it look easy, but it would be a while before Ole Miss would score again in this game. On the replay, we watch Thomas again as he sidesteps down the sidelines and into the end zone for the Rebel touchdown. Valdosta, Georgia strikes for state as number 84, James Otis, strips Bond of the ball, and number 42, Nikita Williams, recovers, stopping the Bulldog threat. On the replay, we see Otis knock the ball away, and Williams there to pounce on it. On the first play, takes it in for the touchdown from 6 yards out. On the replay, State secondary spreads apart looking for the pass, and Forcade takes it right up the middle for 6.
You know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss back.
Pass with time running out, fires into the end zone, trying to again connect with Mike Harmon. The ball is apparently intercepted, but interference is called on State.
messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss backed up.
Now Mississippi State with 4th down will have to punt. The Rebels with a full rush. Timmy Moffitt back to receive with no blockers. Moffitt cuts left, then sidesteps 10 Mississippi State players, gets a block on the last one, and scores. A 56-yard return for Timmy Moffitt. Puts the Rebels on the boards and sparks Ole Miss.
We're still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Just really hammering tongs, Coach. What'd you talk about at the halftime?
Well, the main thing, Ole Miss hurt us in the first half. They blitzed us a few times, particularly in some 3rd and long situations, and gave us some trouble. And we made an adjustment at halftime, and I think we protected much better in the second half. But they hurt us in the first half with it.
And I know, too, that famous Maroon Band put on a great halftime show, and the crowd thoroughly enjoyed it. Itself in the 3rd quarter again, right back where we picked up at the end of the half.
This is a big quarter right here, Jack. The fact that
we'll see that in just a moment as Mississippi State football with Coach Rocky Felker continues.
It's the right color. It's the Bird Dog radio. Perfect to listen to those losses at. Does it work for the basketball games too? It works for basketball games too.
It's the right color. It's the Bird Dog Bug. You and 6 of your closest friends can return home from one of those embarrassing losses in comfort and style in the Bird Dog Bug.
They're the right color. It's a Bird Dog picnic hamper. You can get enough goodies in one of these babies to feed a whole family at a tailgate party, or to feed every fat, ugly co-ed on the east wing of the new girls' encore. Get you one today. Remember, that's the Bird Dog industrial-sized picnic hamper.
Scott Field has finally received its much-needed and long-awaited renovation. From the state-of-the-art press box to the new addition to our seating capacity, Scott Field is now on par with other facilities in the Southeastern Conference. The Bulldog Boosters are also proud to announce that all monies used in the expansion and renovation were raised at our goat roping booth at the Oktibbeha County Fair, and no debt was incurred for this project. And the Bulldog Boosters firmly believe, with your continued help and support, that we can have the first ever sellout at the newly expanded Scott Field. Who let that Bulldog out here?
they dominated the second half on us.
That's the thing, of course.
The Bulldogs then, after a 3-yard gain, lose the football, and the Rebels pile on it and get another break. 1st and 10 from the Mississippi State 12. Another unusual play in this game. Kelly Powell will take the snap and hand to Arthur Humphrey. Humphrey has the ball knocked loose. It bounces right up into the arms of Kelly Powell, who runs around the right side for the touchdown.
Jack, was still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Down in 3, Freddie Joe Nunn gets to Bond, forces him to pitch early, and the ball is fumbled. It's scooped up by number 95, Matthew Lovelady, who takes it into the end zone. Of course, you cannot advance the fumble, but the down, Kelly Powell will go to the air. Back to pass, he looks in the end zone and fires one complete to Timmy Moffitt. Touchdown, Ole Miss. The Rebels.
Still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
The kick on its way. It is! It's no good! He puts it wide to the left. He puts it wide to the left.
And the Rebels hit the long bomb here as Ken Austin drops it right on the money.
They ran an out and up here. Kirby Jackson, who you see so far behind there, Kirby slipped and fell down. And I'll say that in his defense, he wasn't beaten that badly. But he did fall, and when he fell...
You know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Coach, where Lee Davis fumbled the football momentarily and then grabbed it and brought it back 95 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah. And
he broke that first wave right here.
We go right by it, and we don't ever have anybody that touches it. And
he's got good speed, youngster out of Amory. Of course, he's been around a while. He's a veteran campaigner. Had a good day, incidentally, for Ole Miss. Later on in the ball game, intercepted a pass.
Jack was still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
And Don hit it. Here we have a wide open receiver for a touchdown. Not that one. He's on the outside out here, and he's by himself. I don't know what.
Ole Miss is on a drive that actually goes some 62 yards in 10 plays, and here's Wansley breaking it. We had a blitz on all the way, Coach, and when he broke the line of scrimmage, he was in the end zone.
Jack was still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
3rd and 15. Mark Young went back to the air. Again to his big play receiver, J.R. Ambrose, who made a nice reception of the football, kept his feet and went into the end zone. And,
well, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Second period. Willie Goodlow took the punt and behind a screen of blocking on the right side, raced 55 yards down the football field on an excellent return. Robert Smith made the tackle. However, the Bulldogs drew a penalty, and Ole Miss was deep in Mississippi State territory. From the 12-yard line, Sean Sykes failed to pick up any yardage, but on the second play, Mark Young scrambled left, came back across the middle, and found Holder on the goal line for the reception with a nice catch. And
Jack was still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Much argument from Mississippi State players. Several unsportsmanlike conduct penalties were marked off against the Bulldogs, giving Ole Miss 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. What was going on down there?
I really don't know. I tried to keep the team back, and so we wouldn't get one, you know, let them get all they wanted. And, you know, that's what I was trying to do. I don't know what was said or anything like that, and, you know, don't care what was said. And, you know, I was just trying to keep the team back and keep us out of trouble down there.
On the next play from the 3-yard line, Nathan Wansley bulls over right guard for the touchdown. And
Jack was still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
And one play later, Wansley bulls up the middle again for his 2nd straight touchdown. And
we're still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got
Willie Goodlow takes it in from there. The Rebels' 3rd straight touchdown in the 3rd quarter increases their lead.
We're still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
10-11 from the 41. Sean gets the nod again, comes up with a nice 38-yard scamper down to the 5-yard line. Steps out of bounds there. Sykes was the Rebels' leading rusher with 72 yards on the day. So 3rd and goal from the 3. Sykes takes it over right side and in for the touchdown. Mississippi.
Jack was still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
after an exchange or a pair of exchanges, Ole Miss had driven in 9 plays deep in Bulldog territory, and Willie Goodlow coming off the right side from about 3 yards out, puts the first.
Even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss
early in the second quarter here. This was a 3rd and 2 situation at the Ole Miss 34, and that was one of our turnovers for the afternoon. A fumble on the play, and the Rebels had come up with it, but they were unable to move the football.
Jack, our defense got stronger, and this is one of the plays that Ole Miss, to their credit, made a big play on and really helped them get the points that they ended up with. And
set up,
even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Penalty on State gave Ole Miss even another chance. 2nd and 9, the freshman Reed Hines blows over right guard and in for the touchdown on his very first collegiate run.
But Jack was still, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss. Had more trouble changing direction, but we get backed up here and Ole Miss comes through with the interception. We don't do a good job throwing the ball away, and that ended up being a big play in the game because of this play.
They hit Pat Coleman on a deep post pattern, and Mark Young to Pat Coleman. He made 2 touchdowns on the day.
Back with Steele, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss. And Mark Young does a good job throwing the football here for 6.
Certainly.
Steele, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
Fourth down, State lines up to punt, but freshman Dwayne Amos flies in for the block. It bounces around, and the Rebels recover at the Bulldog 43-yard line. It's those kind of plays that the offense then has to capitalize on, and the Rebels did just that. So after the block punt, Rebs on the move. It's 3rd and 10 here. Young drops back and spots a wide open Pat Coleman, the very same play as the previous score. This time it's a 43-yard touchdown reception, giving up.
We're still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss back.
Several plays later, 3rd and 7 from the 10. Darnell spins. There's the play action. He flicks it over the middle to a lonely Sean Souter, all alone in the end zone.
We're still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
And as we've said so many times, in a tight football game, big plays happen in the kicking game. And here the football is jarred loose. Ole Miss comes up with the recovery. Ends of the football field, and Ole Miss goes with big pin.
You know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss.
And Darnell hits the misdirection play again for the first down. Ole Miss drives it down. Baldwin swings to the outside. Puts it into the end zone to make it.
Back with Steele, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got
forced into the punting situation. Ole Miss's Pat Coleman on the reception. And he makes an excellent kick return.
He's got great speed. He gets outside of us, and Mike Riley's the last person to get him.
That's another one of those big plays we talked about in the kicking game. The Rebels go again to the tight end and are inside our 10-yard line at this point. This is the keeper. Rush Shows puts it into the end zone.
Still, you know, even though we messed up there, we're still in good shape. We got Ole Miss. We just weren't able to make things happen when we needed to. But like I said, I was really proud of our football players. They played as hard as they could, and a lot of hits, and it's a disappointing group, but they did all they could.
Now there'll be more upcoming on Mississippi State football with Coach Rocky Felker straight ahead.
Featured player this week is Don Smith, our offensive quarterback. He's a junior. He's from Hamilton, Mississippi. He's doing an outstanding job, currently leading the Southeast Conference in total offense, some 70-something yards more than any other player in the Southeast Conference. Our offense is built around him. He's done a great job for us.
Unlike most quarterbacks in the nation, Don is as big a threat running the ball as he is passing. The MSU coaches have given him the option to run on pass plays if the situation presents itself. As far as his contributions to the team are concerned, there's no doubt that Don should be named All-SEC quarterback. His goals are team-oriented, but he does have dreams of a future in professional ball after he finishes his senior season next year. Intense desire and competitiveness, the Bulldog fans and Don Smith are very much looking forward to his final season in maroon and white.
Coach Rocky Felker, the 1989 football season's gone into the record book.
It's just a damn crying shame. The reason why nothing get going around here is because there's so much negativism. Mississippi State, it seems like alumni don't want to win. It's 50-50. It's like, if this side likes it, this side don't like it. And it's just, nothing will ever happen until those two sides come together, Mississippi State. And I believe in the maroon and white, folks. I play my heart out. I do everything I can do, and it's a sad occasion. I just wish the people could see it.
You know, I'm not sure the better team won. They were a better football team today.
It'll never leave my mind, you know, the rest of my life, you know, going 1-10 here at Mississippi State. But it'll always stick with you wherever you go.
There's been a lot of frustration by a lot of folks in this season. We were picked to be dead last by the Southeast Conference predictions, and I took it on myself to say that we were going to finish first. And it's quite obvious they were right and I was dead wrong. And I know I still feel like we could do some things that we didn't do, but we did not win a Southeast Conference game. We ended up dead last, and that tears my very soul out of me. It's everybody else. I apologize for the embarrassment to Mississippi State people and to Mississippi State University. Don't need to finish last.
That's all, folks.
We did what it took to win the game, which we knew it was going to be a hard-fought game, and